Long time no see, everybody. Hello and welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I know we've not put any videos out for quite a while to be fair. We did tell you this last year that obviously moving into this new house is going to take a lot of work. It's going to take up a lot of our time. A lot of the content is not going to be about adventuring in the V-dubs. There will be more adventures, I promise you. Just at the moment, our priorities have changed a little bit, and we need to get this place how we want it. We have actually been out in the van over Christmas and New Year. We went on a bit of a trip to Wales in the Brecon Beacons and down to the coast at Newquay. Not Newquay, Cornwall, Newquay, Wales. There will be a video up. That video might probably be after this one, to be fair. So what I will do is I'll apologise, because on that video I wasn't feeling great. I'd been ill for about 3 weeks prior to that, before Christmas. Then I was a little bit ill over Christmas. Then between Christmas and New Year, while I was out in the van, it hit me again. So we actually cut a trip a little bit short and came home because I felt really rough. So I do apologise if I'm not my normal self in that video. We'll explain that in the video anyway, but I just thought if you're watching this before you watch that, then you know what we're talking about. So this video is about something that I think a lot of people would want to either see or be interested in. Now, obviously, when we moved here, we wanted to have a log burner fitted because we just love fire. Well, who doesn't love looking at a fire on an evening? It is quite a lot. It has hit our budget a little bit. It cost us quite a lot of money, but it's worth it, and I'll explain all that in a minute. And when I was doing a bit of research into looking for which log burner we wanted and which was the best one that suited us, I made various phone calls to different companies. I found a couple of mates that do it, and I got let down with that because at the moment, having a log burner fitted, it's like the bog roll effect of COVID. Literally everybody's jumping on the bandwagon to try and get a stove fitted. At the moment, you're lucky to get one within 3 months fitted. We hit lucky. I mean, everybody when we was ringing round, it was all like after Christmas, middle of January. We obviously wanted it fitted before Christmas to have it in for our first Christmas in our new house, so we were very lucky to get it. Now I was looking online, I was looking at reviews. We found one that we really wanted. We thought, yeah, that's the one. It looks really smart, trendy, modern. It's all got all the heat-ass stuff, so you can be in a smokeless zone and all that. And a lot of the new stoves now are like that anyway, because of all the new regulations. But I'm not going to get into all that. I'm sure there's plenty of videos about that. So yeah, we found the one we wanted, but we couldn't get stock of it. The stock was like, again, bog roll effect. Just, you can't get anything because they're just selling out that quick. People are just rushing in to buy everything, so we couldn't get stock. So we got in touch with a guy. He came round, he did us a quote, he showed us a stove, was like, yeah, that looks amazing. And I absolutely love this one because it's got no handles on it as well. It's brilliant, honestly. He come round, he says, we've got these in stock. Absolutely brilliant. Gave us a quote, yep, was happy with it. So we planned out what we was going to do. We planned out that we was going to have like a teardrop flooring, marble down, which was going to cost us extra, which was, Kerry wanted the marble, which was fine. But then we decided against that, and we decided that we was going to make a bit of a feature and do it ourselves. And it probably cost us, because I think it was an extra 500 quid for the granite compared to the glass. So we decided, well, shall we just do it how we want to do it and spend that extra bit of 500 quid on some, it didn't cost us 500 quid, by the way, make it a bit of a feature and make it look a lot better. So that's what we did. I don't know whether you've seen on Kerry, I don't know whether it was on Kerry's living room transformation video, which go back and look at that, by the way, because that's a really good video as well, showing you how the difference in the living room and what we've done with it. I'm not sure if it was on that video, but I'm going to show you all that anyway. So yeah, going back to it. So obviously with the cost of living crisis at the moment, everybody's jumping on the log burner, multi-fuel burners, whatever they are, you know, because the cost of gas at the moment is ridiculous. And let me tell you something, we have saved an absolute fortune. Our gas bill, we had this stove fitted in November, middle of November. So from November till, was it November? Yeah, so about the middle of November till the end of December, our gas bill was £18. 18 quid for a month and a half worth of gas. That shows you how, you know, how efficient this thing is. And we've had this on non-stop. Like literally, it's been on every single day for the last 3 months. It's been on weekends, all day. Evenings when we get home from work, it's on till we go to bed. It's been on non-stop. It's been lit every single day. I don't think there's a day that it's not been lit. And it's absolutely amazing. Like I say, the gas, it saved us so much, right? So what we do is we buy the wood in, we buy seasoned wood. And we buy that in bulk. So we buy I built a log store, which I probably will show you in a bit. And it fits 2 bags, 2-ton bags perfectly in there. So we buy 2-ton bags because we buy 2, you get it a bit cheaper. Costs us, I think it's 120 quid for 2-ton bags, so 60 quid a bag. And we've gone through 2 bags. We've probably done about 3 bags at the minute. So that's a bag a month, you know. But we're also using coal with it. So we're using some smokeless coal. And I'll show you that in a minute when I show you that. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a review on the log burner and show you exactly how it works and how we operate it and what we do. But I just wanted to explain a few things before we go into that. I mean, we've got a Nest controller as well for the thermostat smart controller. And we have that set to 18 degrees. I'll go and show you in a minute. But we have that set to 18 degrees. And when we've got the log burner on, which is, like I say, most days, the boilers never kicks in. You know, we have the doors open, we have the living room door open, we have the dining room door open and the kitchen door, so the heat disperses throughout the house on this floor. And it actually, if it's been on all day, all weekend, we can get it up to 20 degrees in the hallway, which is like the furthest away from the log burner. And we can get it up to 20 degrees. If we've got all the doors open, we've got the log burner blaring. And that's just not even blaring, it's just ticking over. So once it's up to heat and it's radiating that heat, it just transfers through the house. It's just unbelievable. But anyway, yeah, so the reason I wanted to do this is because when I was looking around, I was looking for reviews on this particular stove. And there's no one. No one's done a review on it. Or if they have, I think there's one video out there from the company itself, but it's not very explanatory or anything. And I don't think there's anybody else that's done a proper review of it. So, because we've had it for 3 months, I've decided that I'm going to make a video, put some content out there for you guys, whether you want to watch it and you think it's good or not, or if I'm just waffling on loads. But sorry, I've just had a bacon sandwich. I just want to give you like the full insight to it all, because and explain everything and, you know, go into depth with it all and the reasons for it. And it's just amazing. So if you're lucky enough that you can afford one, don't get me wrong, it costs us a fortune, but the amount of money we're saving on gas, it's going to pay for itself, you know, either this season or next season. I mean, God knows what, because we don't even know how much the gas bill would have been, because we didn't really have the central heating on when we moved in, because it was still warm and mild. If you can remember, around about like September, October time, it was still mild. So God knows what our gas bill would have been if we hadn't have had this fitted. So yeah, we don't even know, but I should imagine we would have been paying £200 a month for the central heating to be on to heat this big house. So it's going to pay for itself in no time, isn't it? You know, it cost us, I think it was £3.5, £4,000, somewhere around that mark. But it's going to pay for itself, if not this season, next season. But right, so let's jump in. So what we've got here, it's called a MiFires Ovale, okay? And that's a beastie there. And that's how this is what we've done. Yeah, so we fitted some new we fitted the tiles down there with obviously heat proofing. This particular one, you don't need heat proofing up the walls because it's double lined. So it's not like your cast iron ones, where the cast iron ones get really hot on the outside. What this does, because it's double layered, the air travels through it and comes up through the back. Can you see these vents here? I don't know if the light's any good, but you can just see that the heat comes up. So, and you can actually touch this, and it will be hot to the touch like your radiators are, but it transfers into the tiles. Once they get hot, the flue gets warm, these all get warm, so it's all radiating heat out into the room. And then we've obviously got these eco fans on here, which are amazing. They work off a heat sink that powers a motor. And a lot of people don't think that they do anything, and don't think that they do, you know, they're a waste of money and this, that, the other. But let me tell you now, those people are lying to you, because I've proven that it works. You just get some tissue, some toilet roll in front of it, and you can see what it does and see how much air it's blowing around. And it disperses the air around the room. I mean, this is a pretty big room, right? But like I say, we have the doors open and what have you. So, I mean, I should stop waffling on a little bit, because this video is going to go on forever. But what I just want to explain everything about it. That's the thing. So anyway, so this is how it was last night. This was on last night from about 5 o'clock, 5:30 till about 11:30, 12 o'clock. And this is how it's left. So I'm just going to show you now. Last night we did burn coal with the wood. You don't, I mean, it's a multi-fuel, so we can. This particular model is a multi-fuel. And I tend to, you get a lot better heat if you're mixing it a little bit, but it does generate a lot of ash. If you're just burning wood, I mean, if you're just burning wood, you get hardly any ash, and you could just recycle. We recycle anyway. I'll show you now how we're going to clean it out and everything, because I want to show you how easy it is and what our daily routine is to get this thing going. But yeah, so this is what I love about it. So as you can see, you got a nice glass front. It is a bit dirty there because I was burning it. We let it slumber down rather than burn it hot and get it. So it has, but you get this going, and that'll just clear up straight away with the air wash in front of the glass. It doesn't. I mean, it'll be crystal clear all. As long as you've got this on and it's burning clean, this will be crystal clear all the time. So this is the thing. How do you think you open this? You know, but this is a smart thing because it just looks slick, doesn't it? You know. You got a little handle here, look at that. Pulls that, bombs away. Right, so what we've got here, we've got our little coal bucket. Like I said, we don't use a hell of a lot of coal. That bucket there will probably last us a whole day during the weekend, if not longer. We've got our ash bucket. Now that ash in there is probably a week and a half's worth of ash, because like I say, if you're just burning wood, you don't get anything. You get hardly anything. I mean, look, there's hardly anything in there. And that was had coal in it yesterday, but there's a lot in there. Right, we've got a kindling, and that's what I mean. The kindling, I use pallet wood. So I can get quite a lot of pallets, to be fair. So what I do is I just get the chainsaw out, cut them all into bits, use the blocks for burning because the blocks are amazing. Stick them on, they burn like coal. And then I just chop the panels up into little small manageable sizes for the kindling, and then I get an axe and just chop them into bits. And it's free kindling. So going out buying the kindling, you know, you go out spend 2-3 quid on a bag of kindling, you can get it a bit of work yourself and you can sort it. We've got a log store here, inside log store. So that's obviously half full at the moment. We've got a few logs under there. That's more decorative, but we do use them as well. So yeah, let me get into how we clean it. So what I do it on a daily basis, I get some of this, elbow grease. You don't need anything, you don't really need, you could just use water if you want, but I find this cleans it really well, right? So I always clean the glass because I just like it clean. It's like my car, I like the glass clean in my car, or any of the vehicles, or the van, you know, it's got to be clean. So what I do is, sorry about this, get some kitchen roll, standard kitchen roll, right? And you don't need any see all this, see all the, I mean, sometimes in the corners it gets really bad, where the air wash doesn't get to it, if you haven't done it for a few days. But all you do, get a bit of that on there, get some ash, yeah, a bit of ash on there on your wet tissue, and just clean it. Look how that comes off. Look at that. The ash just helps, gives you that bit of resistance to clean it off. I don't know how it works, to be honest. But that's all you need, lot. Chuck that in there. That'll burn, won't it, you know? So get that glass front nice and clean. Now this it did have a spring on it, because apparently in Europe, I've been told that they have to have a spring on the door so the door bounces back and all that. So, but it was constantly trying to close itself when I'm cleaning it and putting stuff in. But if you're putting a log in there and you're not holding it properly, it can fling back on you and burn your arm and all sorts. So I've just took that spring off. It just sat in there, and I've just took it off. We don't need that on there. Well, no, that's it, look. Clean as a whistle. Look at that. Right, so then what we do, now there is quite a lot of ash in here, so you want to leave a little bit of ash in there, but because we've had, like I said, we was burning coal last night as well, that leaves a lot of ash, a lot of dust, like sandy, because it's anthracite I think it is, and it doesn't burn everything away. Got some nails in there, look, from where I've had some pallet wood going. But so all that will go into the grate and into the ashtray. Right, so we just leave a bit in there. Okay. Bit of ash because that insulates, and apparently it works better. There we go. We've got a full ashtray there, so that'll go in there. There's only that much in there because, like I said, we've been burning coal. So this is how I do it. Now, I'll be honest with you, I've seen all these different YouTube videos of people doing the top-down method, because when it's really cold outside, you do get an air pocket, like a cold pocket in the flue, and if that you've got to heat the flue up gently so the heat rises, and then it can start working and getting rid of that smoke. And until that warms up, I've seen people putting candles in there. Who's got time for that? You know, just do it right. Do it how I'm going to do it. Yeah. And it will never fail. You'll never fail. You don't have to mess around with this top-down method and putting flipping candles in there and all that. Do you know what? When I get in from work and I've been outside and it's been -3 and I've been out all day and I want to get home and get this fire lit and get it going as quick as possible, I ain't got time to sit there and wait half an hour with a little tea light in there waiting for the flue to warm up, you know? Stupid. But I can understand how it works and I get it, you do this method that I'm going to show you now and you will never have a problem. You'll never, I've done it when it's been -5 outside and it's worked and I've not had an issue. So just follow this procedure when you want to light a stove. It's dead easy and no messing around. Right, so I've got to stop waffling because we're already 20 minutes in. Right, so what I generally do is I get some coal first. Right, let me put you on here. Just put you on here a second while I do this. Right, so I just put a layer of coal in the bottom. Yeah, if you haven't got any coal, then you don't need to. You don't need to do this. But what I find is if you put that in there, it gives you a good heat source. Once your kindling's going, this starts to burn. It just helps you out. If you have got a little bit of damp wood, or your wood isn't 100% seasoned properly down to the correct moisture levels, having that coal in the bottom there will just give it that little bit of helping hand. Right, so then we have that. What I do then is I build a stack like this. All right. What I'll do is I'll just get what I like to do first is just get a fire lighter. All right, stick it in there, just at the front. If you put it at the front, this is what I'm saying about getting the heat up the chimney. All right. What we do is we stack up, just build a nice little stack. I put 3 across. You can put as many, do it however you want, however big your stove is. You know, there's different size stoves out there. You could probably do a bit longer kindling or build 2 stacks if you've got a wider stove. Like that. I'll probably put another layer on, just because I've got loads of kindling. If you ain't got loads of kindling, just do 2 or 3, it's fine. I've got a big supply of it. Right, so that's what I do with that. And then what I do is I get a reasonably small log, not a big massive one, or I try and find a soft one as well. You can tell by how heavy they are, whether they're hardwood or whether they're soft wood. Just so it gives it a helping hand to get started. I put that on top, balance it on top like that, right? I see so many people in videos putting the logs on the bottom and building on top of that. That doesn't work because you're not getting your airflow from underneath. I know wood doesn't need airflow from underneath, but I've done it every single way. All the different ways, I've tried every single way. And this is the easiest, simplest, light and walk away, you know? There's no messing. I know I will light that there, and I can go and, what I generally do is I'll light it, go and have a shower. By the time I've come back out my shower, the kindling is made a nice bed of hot glowing embers. The coal is started going, and the log is started burning. And normally, by the time I've got out the shower, it's ready for another log to go on. And that's it, bombs away, you're away. You know, set your temperature, set your vents, job's good un. So, the other thing with this stove is it's got primary, it's got a secondary. So your primary is your airflow from underneath. Now coal needs airflow from underneath. And then you've got your secondary, which is your top. Your secondary one from the top, which that's generally what wood likes. Now this model has got tertiary. I don't know whether you can see that line there with the holes in. Yeah, that's your tertiary system. And what happens with that is once your stove hits a certain temperature and gets up to temperature, it burns. What the tertiary kicks in, it just does it because of the heat in the stove, and it burns the smoke. So when you're getting lots and lots of smoke inside, what it does is it comes up round the back of the stove, it comes through and it burns it burns the smoke. So you're getting rid of all that excess hydrocarbons. So when you see all these people with smoky chimneys, which round here, you can see, just from our living room, you can see how many chimneys there are there. And these are all going when it's cold. Everyone's got the chimneys going, and you should see the smoke bellowing out. Now, this is where the council are cracking down on these type of things, because they are polluting the atmosphere and whatever else, or whatever they decide they want. I don't know. It's just because the energy companies are clicking onto it, aren't they? But with this, once it's going and the tertiary effect kicks in, you go and look at our flue, and there's nothing. There's no smoke coming out of it. All you can see is a heat haze coming out the top. So basically, there's hardly any emissions coming out the top of that, and it's absolutely awesome. I think this stove's like 95% efficient, so you're getting 95% of the burn, of the heat. The efficiency is just amazing, and that's all with this tertiary effect, and the fact that, can you see how it's double lined? See here, so that that sits there, that gets really hot, and the airflow comes in, up, travels up through this channel, all through the back of there, and it all comes out the top, you know, and all radiates out the sides as well. But that's how it works. So these fans on here that are blowing out, they do work, and it just moves the air around the room. This one has obviously got a log store under there. There's no logs in there at the minute. But what I do is, if we've got any really damp wood, I either put it next to the stove there, or I put it in there, because I know that air is sucking. So it's sucking the air through. Now, I'm not actually going to light this at the moment, because we are going out in a bit. So I don't want to light it now, because then I've got to probably try and maintain it and put coal on it. It's just wasted heat, because it's quite warm today. So I will light that in a bit and show you the effect of everything and how it's all working. And how we set it up. I'll also show you how quick and easy it is to light. So basically that now is ready to go. And normally if we weren't going out, I'd light that now and leave it. Go and make a coffee or something. By the time I've made a coffee, come back in, that'll be blaring. But I'll show you that. The other thing I want to explain is as well, is when you've not got the stove going, so say for instance during the day, or or at evening, if the fire's gone out completely and you want to go to bed, or in the daytime when you're at work and the fire's not lit, what I recommend is you close these vents off. So shut them down. So you shut all the airflow going into that stove, because what'll happen is, it will drag the warm air out of your room, and it will still be acting like a you'll still be getting the effect, and it'll just be pulling all the warm air out, and it'll all be going out your chimney. I mean, it'll be great in summer. It'll be great in summer when it's red hot outside. You just leave them vents open, perhaps even leave your door open a little bit, and it'll still suck air out. So when it's cold during the day, just keep them shut when you're not at home. And it will just stop it. You're losing the heat out of the living room going up your chimney, basically. But yeah, so like I say, it's absolutely saved us a fortune. And now I have waffled on a little bit. Let me just check my notes, because just make sure I've not forgotten anything. So yeah. So that's basically our daily routine. I'll just show you. So here's the living room, right? That's where the stove is. This is where the thermostat is. Excuse the mess at the minute, kids have been here. So that is, at the moment, is 18.5 degrees, and that's what it's set to all the time. The room temperature is 18.5 lot in here, and it's set to 18. The radiators are stone cold. So, you know, and that's how far the heat travels. And that, once this fire's lit later on, that'll go up to 19, 20 degrees easily. So that the boiler's never kicking in. Right, let me go show you the log store, because I've waffled on and the battery's going flat on the GoPro. Right, So we have to slumber up these steps all the time. Oh, hang on, let me shut that door, just in case the Bulldog gets out. Right, so this is the log store. So basically we bring the wood basket down. I built this all out of pallet wood. Cost nothing to build, it was all out of free pallet wood. I put this tarp on the top just to keep the rain out, basically. A lot of people recommend, say you don't need to, but I'd rather keep it as dry. You're still getting airflow. Now I know a lot of you are going to make comments, because yes, I have stored the wood directly on the floor more or less, because I forgot to put pallets down to put on top, to put the wood on top. But that's our log store, look. So in there at the moment there's roughly a bag, maybe a bag and a half. But what it does, when we've got 2 bags in, it normally fills 2 layers right to the top, or more or less to about that height, and we have 2 layers, and that's 2 ton bags. And that there will probably last us another month easily. So we don't need to order any more wood yet. We buy the coal in bulk, because obviously the more you buy, the cheaper you get it for. We buy 20 kilo bags, I think about £8, something like that. But yeah, that's the log store. So it's a bit of a short trip from there up the steps with the basket. But here we go. So this is another project. This is in here because we're currently doing the dining room, decorating the dining room. I think Kerry's I don't think she's done a video on that, but you don't want to see that, it's a bit boring, isn't it, painting. But I've got to refurbish this, so I might do a bit of a video on it, because we're going to sand this down and paint it and upscale it a little bit, and the chairs, and we're going to reupholster the chairs. So I might do a bit of a video. There's some pallets, look, ready to chop up. Some down here ready to go and get chop sawed, because what I do is I just use a chainsaw and then the chop saw to cut it into bits. There's all load of bits down there, look. There's the coal. But yeah, I just chop saw them into bits like this, bits like that, and then I use the axe, easy peasy, and that's my kindling. And I've got bags and bags of that. And another tip, if you get, see, that's what this is for. This is going to be cut into lengths, and what I'm going to do with this, because I've got loads of pallets, I'm going to stack 4 or 5 together like that into a block, screw them together, and then I'm going to use that on the fire as like a log, because I've got excess of it and they burn really well. They burn quick if you just put in like 1 leaf on, but if you join them together with a screw, bang them on the fire, job's good. And just a little tip there. Right, I think that's about it. I'm going to stop waffling on because I've been going for 33 minutes and I'm probably boring you. So please just remember to subscribe. Click that subscribe button down at the bottom. You know, like the video, show your friends, explain everything, tell them how great we are. You know, we need to get some more subscribers on this channel to make it worth our while. You know, it's effort to post videos. We don't always, we've not been on any adventures, so we've not felt like doing any. But it is a lot of work to edit and upload and spend time doing all that. But we need to try and gain some more subscribers so it makes it worthwhile as doing it. So please like and share it on Facebook, share it all over your different things, different platforms, and get us some more subscribers, guys. You know, until the next time. Well, actually not until the next time, because I've got to show you the fire going, haven't I? And how we light the fire and how we get it going. So I'll do that later on. I'll put it on the back end of this video, and I'll either do a speeded up shot of it all, or fast forward it all, or I'll just do it and show you and explain. Right, until then, proper waffling on, wanna. Anyway, I'll just quickly show you in here, because this is our next project. Well, I'll just show you Kerry's handiwork, to be honest. So what she's done in here, she's done a really good job, to be fair. This was like magnolia and like a creamy colour down here. It had a dado rail all the way around. Proper 70s style. So yeah, she's ripped all that off. She's then obviously filled everything, so you can't see the damage that was caused by the dado rail. She's filled it all. She's done a proper pro job, because she's good at stuff like that. She's cracking. So yeah, at the moment it's a bit messy in here. We've got a rug down. Look, this rug. This was what was left to us by the old chap when we moved in, with the dining table as well. I mean, we did think about buying a new. Well, we are going to get a new dining table at some point, but at the moment we're putting funds into other things. So for the time being, we're just upscaling everything. That's why, hence doing the table in the garage. That's another project. The garage is going to get sorted as well. The garage is going to be proper. It's going to be proper. That is. It's going to be like an F1 garage when it's done. But anyway, so yeah, she's done all the skirting boards. She's started masking off the door look to get the door. Got these 2 double doors to do as well. The doors will eventually look like that. But she's done all the skirting board. She's done a cracking job. We're gonna go and have a look now, see if we can find some new light fittings. We've got a new rug coming and some new curtains and some fabric to match the curtains to do the upholstering on the table. So I am going to do a video on the table, because I think that'll be quite good to see. First time I've ever done any upholstering, so that'll be interesting. So you could all take the mick out of me if nothing else. But yeah, it's going to be fun. Gives me something to do at the weekends when I've got nothing else to do, and especially we ain't got the kids this weekend, so we may as well make the most of our time, because normally we would be out in the van, which we are missing. But you know, hey ho, we've got loads to do here. Want to get it in some sort of shape for summer as well now, so you know, when we've got people coming around and what have you. But yeah, we're cracking on with it. But anyway, I just thought I'd show you that, and I'll show you the fire later on. Okay, so we've been out. We've run a few errands that we needed to get done. I did promise you that we was going to show you the fire, so it's time to light it. And I'll just show you how simple and easy it is. Like I say, it's not a hard thing. So long as you set the fire up, like I showed you earlier in the video. Excuse the hair, I've had a hat on. It's simple as this. Right, here we go. So just get your lighter, yeah, on your fire lighter. As easy as that. See, we're away. Shut the door. Vents open full, all the way open. Okay. And watch it burn. Now, like I said, this particular model, you get that tertiary effect. It's double lined, so it heats up the box. It's heating up the middle box, the chamber, and then the outside, because it's double skinned, drags the air from the bottom, pulls the cold air from the bottom, which causes that draft, and then that goes through and up the chimney. And like I said, with the cold flue, I mean, look, here we go. The cold flue, yeah? See, it does generate a bit of smoke inside, but you can see how the air wash works. Can you see that? How the smoke is washing the front of the glass. That's basically showing you the airflow, which is awesome to watch. Now, what that's doing is that's now heating up the chimney or the flue. So it's getting rid of that cold air block that's in there. You don't need to put no tea lights in there or anything else, just a fire lighter, and set your kindling up just like that. It won't go out, it won't do anything, it won't smother in smoke. It's heating it up, and eventually it will heat up and you'll see this smoke disappear. It's getting better and better and better, look. See? You can hardly see any smoke now because the chimney's got rid of that cold block, that cold pocket of air that sits inside there. It's got rid of it. Gone. Look, done. It's now working as it should do, and within 10-15 minutes that's going to be raging. And look how quick and easy it is. No messing, no faffing, and you can see now what I mean about being able to just light that firelighter and then go and walk away, go and have a shower, go and make a cup of tea, go and make a coffee, go and get the dinner on, go and get your tea on, get whatever you need to do, because that kindling's going to do its job. It's going to leave a bed of coal, a bed of hot ashes right on top of that coal. The coal is then going to assist that log to burn even better. I mean, you can see that log is already burning. You know, it's already burning. Like I said, there's no smoke. Smoke's all gone. So all this business about top down lighting, it's a load of codswallop is what it is. So honestly, follow that procedure and you can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong. It failed. Like I said to you earlier in the video, I've tried it. I've tried every way that people recommend lighting, and this is the most easiest, trouble-free, 100% works straight off the bat from the beginning to the end. It's just, like I say, it's not hard. All these people doing all this messing around and putting candles in, yeah, you don't need it. There you go. You see, I've proven you don't need that top-down method. You don't need any other silly method. As you can see, that now is going strong. You see the coal underneath's going. That, in about 10-15 seconds time probably, is going to collapse. And then the log's just going to drop down and collapse on all that hot embers. And away you go. You know? It's just easy peasy. I think you're probably done. I'm done waffling on. Yeah, and there's not much else to say on the matter, to be honest. Other than, you know, it's quality. Buy what you can afford. Buy the best that you can afford, because, you know, I'm hoping this stove's going to last us 20 years, 10, 15 years. 20 years, hopefully, but, you know, it's good value for money, isn't it? And if you can get as much free heat as you can possibly get, i.e. free logs, or, like I say, with a pallet. I'll show you what I've done with a pallet just quickly before we end this video. So, here's one of the blocks. You see, I've chainsawed through there, and then I've cut all the slats off. And then I've used the rip saw just to rip through all that, you know. And that going on the fire will give you free heat. It'll probably last you 15-20 minutes. Put a couple of them on, you know. Gets the fire going good as well. And then the other thing I've done. See, this is what I was on about the slats. Because I've got an abundance of them, I'm not going to use all of that for kindling this season. So just get a screw. Hang on. Get a big screw, and I've got loads of screws because recycling again. They're just old screws that I took out the old bar. So I've just put a couple of 4-inch screws through, well, one through there. You know, made a block, and then that block will just go straight on the fire, and it'll be like a bit like, it's not going to last as long as one of these are going to last, but it's free. It's free heat. What we've got in this basket here is probably going to last us a day or a day and a half. All of free heat. Free heat that we've not had to pay for. We've not had to have the boiler on. We've not had to pay for any wood. Probably what that's cost there is a fire lighter. That's all it's cost to light that fire. So, you know, it's a no-brainer for me. You can see that now. That's burning. All vents open. It's burning the hottest it could possibly burn with the amount of wood that's on there. But can you see the tertiary effect? Can you see them holes at the back, at the top? Can you see that happening? Like a blowtorch? Basically what that's doing, it's like when you have a fire in a house and it's full of smoke, and then you open the door and you get full on oxygen going there, and you get that backdraft, and it's literally flames like on the ceiling and all that. That's exactly the same thing what this is doing. It's burning them, it's burning that hydrocarbons. That, like if I put another log on there now, because it's going to generate smoke, it will just tertiary up like that, even more. Can you see it? It just look, it's amazing to sit and watch. You don't get that on old fires or old stoves. It's only these modern stoves that you get that. And that's why it's so efficient. Look, there's no carbon build up, the glass is clean, the sides are all clean, there's no blackness in there whatsoever because all the carbon's been burnt. So what's going up that flue and out into the atmosphere is hardly anything. So yeah, go get yourself one of these, people. MiFires. Vale. The thing I wanted to show you and wanted to mention was you need to get yourselves one of these as well. If you're going to get a log burner and you're going to buy, let me just turn some lights on because the GoPro just never ever, it's never great with light. But anyway, or low light should I say. But anyway, fire's going nice now. Look, we've got some nice burning embers going off. You know, I could chuck a damp log on there now, or a 30% moisture content log on there, and that will just keep going. It's not going to give it any problems whatsoever. Oh, the Bulldog is in his prime spot. He don't leave that spot all the time. He's there all the time, isn't he, baby?
Yep.
It's Kez, look, she's in the video! You haven't seen her for a while, have you, people?
Nope.
Especially in this video. But anyway, so the other thing, what you need to get, which is a necessary thing, this was brilliant. I picked this up in Lidl. Was it Lidl? Aldi. I think it was Aldi. 12 quid. Yeah. It's a moisture meter. Brilliant. So look at that temperature in here, 20 degrees. That's the temperature inside. Right, so this thing, if you're going to buy logs from Facebook Marketplace, wherever, places like that, you know, there's a lot of people out there ripping a lot of folk off. But if you've got one of these, yeah, ideally what you want, if you're going to buy logs, decent season log should be 15 to 20% moisture content. Anything higher than that, you're just wasting your time, because all you're going to do is you're going to all that extra moisture that you're burning out of the burner or burning the log, like it's taken to burn the log, is wasted energy. So that basically it's not generating heat, it's generating heat, so it's just trying to burn it. So it's just not very, what's the word? It's not very efficient. I know I keep saying that word, efficient, but anyway. So get yourselves one of these, 12 quid I paid for this from Aldi. And basically how it works, you just get a log. Kaz, come here a minute, please. Can you just come and hold the camera?
Would you like me to be your assistant?
Yes, please. Seeing as well you've done nothing all day.
I don't think so.
Right, so basically what you do is it's simple. There's various settings on here, so you can set it to different, I'm not going to mess around with it because I don't want to mess my settings up, but depending on what materials you're using, whether it's concrete, whether it's brick, whether it's plasterboard,
we tested skin.
It doesn't have a setting for skin, baby.
Well, we tested it.
Yeah, but I tested, that was wood that the setting was on. Yeah. So anyway, it's on the setting for wood. So all you do is you prong that in here, stick that in. There we go.
It wouldn't let me stick it into the table that is painted.
No, but there we go. Look, we're 18.2. So anything under 20% moisture content is good to go. 25 to 30, you're going to be pushing your luck. You're going to be taking a lot of energy out the stove, so it's going to be not burning as hot, basically, and it will just smoulder and won't get going very well unless you've got coal on there, and then everything will just burn and incinerate. But 12 quid tells you the inside the ambient temperature, and it tells you the temperature of the wood. It also, like I say, gives you the percentage of moisture, and 22 degrees in here. Yeah, so I promise you now, I've got nothing else to say today. It's, look, I've been talking for that long. It's bloody dark outside. Over and out.